Lee, do you happen to have an aspirin?
Sorry.
Attention. Attention all passengers. Due to low visibility, all aircraft have been grounded until further notice. All aircraft have been grounded. Thank you.
Oh, no. It's closed.
Yep.
What kind of an airport is this?
A very small one.
Boy, I love these late flights. The least they can do is offer you some coffee.
They're not even offering the late flight.
What are you talking about?
Look out the window.
Can't see anything except the fog.
All flights are grounded. You didn't hear the announcement?
No, is that what they were mumbling? You know, I can never understand those clowns. So how long is the delay?
Till the fog lifts. Could be all night.
All night? Well, in that case, the bar is open.
Could that possibly be brandy?
No, that's scotch. 21-year-old scotch.
Oh, well, I guess I'll have to make do.
Hi, Joe Riley.
Harriet Peters.
Scotch. Hi, Joe Riley. Booth. Are we all grabbing that flight to Chicago?
Uh-huh.
Well, here's a toast to Chicago.
And to leaving this bird.
What do you have against this fair city?
Oh, it was a dry well for me. I'm a reporter for a wire service. What do you do?
I teach.
High school?
College. I'm an ethics professor.
Ethics. Nice cut and dried subject. What do they learn?
Mostly to hate essay exams.
Well, unlike you two, I do honest work.
Oh, let me see. You're a brain surgeon.
Now, bigger than that. I'm a shoe salesman. You meet a lot of people with no brains, but never with no shoes.
Well, with an august body such as this, and a bottle of 21-year-old scotch, we ought to be able to solve half the problems of the universe. And what do you do?
For a living?
Mm-hmm.
I kill people.
You kill people?
Yeah.
You mean a hitman?
Like, bang, bang, you're dead?
How it's done depends. Result's the same.
Fascinating.
Say, are you on a job right now?
You might say that, yeah. Going somewhere, Professor?
Yes, I'm not going to listen to any more of this.
Don't you like the company here?
That's right.
Why don't you take a walk, Professor?
Are you threatening me?
Why would I threaten you?
Hey, Professor, come on, take it easy.
Maybe he's threatening all of us. What motivates a man like you? Why do you kill?
It's a job. Like any other job. Do it for the money.
You enjoy it?
Not really. Somebody has to do it.
8,000 years of civilization. Look how far we've come. Can still produce primitives like that. You got another one of those?
Yeah, sure. Come on. The guy's sitting right over there, and you're talking as if he's a laboratory rat or something.
Well, does that bother you? Did I talk about you as though you were a laboratory rat or something?
Hey, that professor's kind of high-strung.
Don't apologize for me, Riley. I just don't like fraternizing with murderers.
I don't like fraternizing with a hypocrite.
Hey, come on, Professor. What, you got a death wish?
Look,
that was crazy what you
like
did.
ice. True professional, wouldn't you
Easy,
say?
will you, Professor?
I'll say one thing for you. You're probably good at your job. You got it all planned out, haven't you? You know exactly how and when you're going to do it.
To the minute.
Are we? I mean, am I on your list?
No.
I'll drink to that.
Drinking to another man's death?
No, I'm not. I'm just drinking.
So killing's all right as long as you're not the one who's getting it.
This person you're going to kill, what's he done?
Does it matter?
Did he kill anybody?
What are you driving at?
I'm just trying to figure out how the system works. See, most paid killers work for the mob. They have their own set of laws.
The law of the jungle.
An eye for an eye.
Surely you're not condoning this.
I don't condone it, I don't condemn it. I just report it.
But who decides who dies? I mean, where's the responsibility?
Hey, why is everybody getting so upset around here?
Haven't you been listening? Or does your world end when you get above the laces?
Well, wait a minute. Don't climb on my back.
Why not? He's going to kill somebody tomorrow, and you shrug it off because it isn't you. And you say maybe the victim has it coming. Doesn't either one of you have a little bit of a problem with that?
Yeah, I got a problem with that. I also got a house payment I can't make. I got a kid who's on drugs. I need some root canal work. I got a lot of problems. You want to guess where he fits on my list?
Nobly put.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, mister. Now, listen, I'm not trying to reform the world. I'm just trying to cope, okay? And if this guy decides to blow somebody away, there's nothing I can do about it.
Except read a lurid account of it in the papers. So much for the sanctity of human life. Every great philosopher, as well as each one of the world's great religions, says that human life, no matter what its form, is sacred. Saint or demon, every human being has the right to life, and nobody has the right to take it away.
Violin music, please. Turn the other cheek. Love your enemy.
Each killing, each act of violence becomes the motive for the next one. How do we break the chain?
Maybe you don't. Maybe you just duck when violence comes your way.
You're very cynical.
I'm just a realist. I have no love for that character either. But he's not the one you go after. It's the people who hire him.
I wondered when you were going to get around to that.
Who does hire you?
You don't have to name names.
I don't mind naming names.
Who, then?
You.
Me?
All of you. I work for the government, state prison. I'm an executioner.
Oh, for God's sake.
How about that? I had a feeling you weren't such a bad guy.
You should have told us that in the beginning.
I told you I killed people. You presumed I was a murderer.
What was the point in stringing us along?
When I tell people what I do straight out, they treat me like poison.
Who says you're not?
The state. Citizens of the state. You.
Not me.
Hey, come on, lighten up. He's on our side.
Speak for yourself.
Wait a minute. Are you against capital punishment?
That's right.
I don't understand. 5 minutes ago, killing didn't seem to bother you that much.
I was simply acknowledging the reality of the world about me. Now we're talking about the state.
What's the difference?
By executing the criminal, the state is sanctioning premeditated killing, punishing the crime by committing it. The state should be above revenge.
I guess I can go along with that. At least you and the professor got something you can agree on.
Not on that.
Now what?
Revenge isn't necessarily involved at all. Justice is.
Wait a minute. Are you for capital punishment?
Under certain conditions.
What the hell is going on here?
What conditions?
I'd rather not discuss it.
What's the matter, Professor? I thought you were such a believer in the sanctity of human life. Now you want an eye for an eye. Which is it?
I could ask you the same question.
I've already answered it.
You've said that you can accept slaughter in the streets, but not formal execution based on due process. I think you've slipped a cog in there.
Maybe you just hate lady reporters.
Nothing personal. I just think you're inconsistent and irrational.
I think it is personal. But not with me. With you.
You're an analyst, too?
Just explain your little flip-flop.
It's very simple. There are certain crimes for which one forfeits the right to live.
And to use your words, who decides what those crimes are? You? Me? Riley? Or maybe our executioner friend?
Isn't that what the courts are supposed to decide?
It's still people judging people.
Yeah, but they got the jurisdiction. They're the experts, right?
Let's just drop it.
I don't want to drop it. How many people do you have on death row right now?
12.
Any blacks?
7.
Latinos?
3.
Whites?
2.
And how many of them are wealthy or even middle income?
0.
And that's my point. No matter what crime you think someone should die for, the only people who will be convicted are the ones who can't afford a good lawyer.
What about all the murders that don't take place just because there's capital punishment?
You actually believe capital punishment is a deterrent to potential murderer?
I think it's only logical.
Well, let me see now. Before I kill this guy, I better look it up in the law books and see just what the penalty is. Oh, my, capital punishment. Well, maybe I'll just kick his teeth in instead. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
You're oversimplifying.
I am trying to show you that most murders are committed in the heat of the moment with not a thought of the consequences. So therefore, deterrence doesn't even apply.
But if capital punishment deters just one murder, it does apply.
And if it kills just one innocent person, it should be banned. We're right back where we started.
I'm certain the facts are going to prove I'm right.
All the evidence I've seen doesn't point your way. Japan, which has no capital punishment and a much denser population, has about 1/9 the homicides of the United States.
What does that mean? We ought to all wear kimonos?
What do you think?
As a deterrent, it isn't capital punishment.
The prison system.
Not the way it is, the way it should be.
I absolutely agree with you. We create more criminals than we reform. But even if we made all the necessary changes in the system, the professor here would still opt for capital punishment. And I want to know why.
Why can't we just leave this whole thing alone?
Oh, Riley, you know how reporters are. Snoop, snoop, snoop. What do you say, Professor?
What does it cost to keep a lifer in prison?
$20,000 a year.
Okay. So if we give a man a life sentence and keep him in jail, say, 40 years, we're talking about a minimum of $800,000.
Yeah, and that's my tax money, right?
Oh, that's not the worst of it. You take that same criminal, put him on death row, and keep him there until all his appeals run out, add up the court costs, and you've spent as much in, say, 2 years as you would have spent in 40. I wonder how many starving children that money might feed.
So you're saying it costs us more to kill them than to keep them?
Even if he stays for life.
But he doesn't. 10 years later, he's out on parole, and we got to deal with him all over again.
Not if he's rehabilitated.
But you just got through reminding us that they come out worse than they were when they went in.
All right. You're saying if lifers really got life, you'd be against capital punishment?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't.
Why not, Professor? Deterrence isn't the reason. Money isn't the reason. None of those logical things.
I said I don't want to get into it.
Why not? You afraid it'll show how biased you are? Just how unqualified you are to teach?
2 years ago, my wife and I, we just recently been married, both of us for the first time. A little unusual at our age, huh? We were driving north through Big Sur. We hadn't eaten, and we decided to have a picnic. So we stopped to buy the sandwich makings. Got in an argument about what to drink. I thought the occasion called for champagne, but Janet said no. It cost too much. Can you imagine? Our combined income had to be over $50,000 a year. Here we were arguing about a $12 bottle of champagne.